So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. What's up YouTube, Dale here from Seth4 Games, and I am going to bring you not only a going first combo but also a going second combo for Mathmech. So I'm going to do this video a little bit differently a way around as well. I'm going to start by showing you the combos and then I'm going to show you the profile. So you'll see what the deck can do and then you can decide, yeah, alright, I want to look into this deck, I want to see what it can do, I want to see what the build is, and we can go from there. So, all I'm going to need for the combo is about these 5 cards here. Now, going first, what you need in your hand is Balancer Lord. Definitely Balancer Lord. It's the one card you must have. And then any Mathmech, whether it be a Mathmech that can special summon itself or a Mathmech that can be summoned off of the additional summon of your Balancer Lord. So for this example, we're going to go with Sigma. Doesn't matter exactly what one it is. It could be anyone you wish. Now the way this works is you normal summon your Balancer Lord. Balancer Lord's effect will go off. And then, or you can use Balancer Lord's effect for an additional normal. If it's one that's special summons, you save yourself 1,000 life points. Simple as that. So you get the normal of course, your other Cyberse monster, whether that be Sigma or anything else. You then link your Sigma or Balancer Lord, doesn't matter which one you choose, and you link it into Link Disciple. Let's bring the mat down a little bit more for you. There you go. And then you use Balancer Lord and link that into Link Devotee. You then use the effect of Disciple to get rid of Devotee and produce yourself 2 tokens. There we go. And that will let you draw a card and put cards back to the bottom of your deck. So if you've got more cards in your hand, it does give you a little bit of a mulligan. Then what you use is you use Link Devotee and one of the tokens and go into your Cyberse Wicked. You then turn the final token into either a Link Karibo or, of course, a Link Spider. Either one does the job. That will then trigger Wicked's effect to banish your Balancer Lord, so a Cyberse monster in your graveyard, and search you out a tuner. This one we're going to be searching out Nabla. That will then trigger Balancer Lord's banish effect to special summon Nabla. Nabla is then going to use its effect to tribute off your Link Karibo and special summon out Division. Now this can be any Mathmech from the deck, entirely up to you. All you're going to do is use it as overlay material. So what you do is you overlay these into Prime Mathmech Albitarian. Use this effect to detach and search you out your trap card, your multi-fractional, your Mathmech super fractional. So this is one that allows you to XYZ or synchro during your opponent's turn and creating a Trish. And now we're going to set that over here. Now obviously it would be in the spell and track zone, but I'm just using this so you can see more of the board. You then use Prime Mathmech Albitarian's effect to tribute himself off to bring back your Division. You then use Division's effect to tribute off Wicked, and because it says up to 1 from your hand and 1 from your grave, you're just going to bring up to 1 from your grave back. You're then going to link these 2 together and go into your IP Masquerena. Now, obviously, if you have more cards in your hand to extend, the play can go as far as getting into a Prime Mathmech Albitarian with 4 materials. That allows you to search out any spell and trap in the game. Now, obviously, right now, at the point where you get 4 materials on him, the best kind of trap you can search out is like Imperial Order, which is really good because what you can do is you can Trish, take out 1 from your opponent's graveyard, so it's Monster Zone, Spell Zone, and your opponent's hand, which is really good. And then, of course, under Imperial Order, they're not going to be doing a lot more. So it's entirely up to you, but in the way this one works, during your opponent's turn, whether you want to do it prematurely or whether you want to wait for them to do stuff, you activate your super fractional, you revive your Sigma, your Nabla, and your Division, and then you instantly XYZ all 3 of those into your Lampican. Effect to this is going to go off to detach 3, and then send 1 from Spell Zone, Monster Zone, and Hand to the graveyard. And then should they have anything more, you then link these 2 using IP's effect and go into Unicorn. Obviously you would need a discard effect for Unicorn to then spin something back. But you've only used 2 cards from your opening hand, and this is what I'm saying. If you want to extend and go into a Mathmech Albitarian to get more like a specific spell or trap that isn't a Mathmech card, then that is something you can do as well. So that's basically it for the going first play. You do run headfirst into a Nibiru, but it does also set you up very, very nicely to go into the kill. Now, moving into the kill, the OTK combo, all you need is Nabla and any other Cyverse. That's all you need, any other Cyverse. It doesn't even need to be a Mathmech card or a monster from the main deck. All you need to be able to do is tribute a Cyverse monster and special on one Mathmech from your deck. So, you're going to normal summon your Nabla. Let's say we've got one of the extenders, you've got Subtraction, you've got Sigma, you've got Balancer Lord, you've also got Addition as well. So any of those cards can be used to make this effect go off. So let's say we have, let me just get Addition, use Addition's effect to give it to Nabla. Nabla's effect, tribute off Addition, bring down Multiplication. You are currently on 3 summons. You do not need to worry about Nibiru, because what you're going to do is you're going to use Multiplication's effect to make either himself or Nabla a level 8. And then you're going to instantly sync these guys together and go into your walking, talking, unstoppable Yugioh Mathmech Final Sigma. This will then get both the effects of Nabla and Multiplication in the graveyard. His attack comes 6k, and Nabla allows him to do double damage. Sorry, you can make an attack on 2 monsters. So his own effect is double damage. Multiplication makes his attack 6k. And then Nabla allows him to attack 2 monsters. So he's going to swing in for a total of 12k damage, depending on what he's swinging over as well. So as simple as that, you're in the Nibiru who's unaffected while he's in the extra monster zone, and you're just going to go and pretty much win the game from there. So that is it for the combos. Very straightforward and simple. Give me 2 seconds, I'll reset the board and I will show you the profile. Okay, so welcome back guys, moving into the Mathmech deck profile. So, I'm just going to blitz straight through this. It is straightforward and simple of exactly how this deck rolls. We play triple addition, this is your extender, alongside triple subtraction and triple sigma. So, as they say in their names, Sigma is if you control no monster in the extra monster zone, you can special summon it from either the hand or graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. Addition is you target one monster on the field, give it an additional 1000 attack. That card, or this card particularly Addition, cannot attack the turn. It is summoned that way using that effect. And then Subtraction reduces 1000 from any monster. So it's always a nice little boost to give your Yugioh Mathmech should you need to as well. Then we move on to a technical extender, and that is triple Balancer Lord. Of course, this one allows you to extend by giving you an additional normal summon of a Cyverse monster. And as you saw in the combo, it gets your first turn and even possibly your second turn play going as well. Then you've got your game extender, and that is your Mathmech division. This one allows you to divide one of your opponent's monsters in half if it gets sent from the sent to the graveyard. Alternatively, you contribute one Cyverse monster you control in the extra monster zone and special summon up to 1 level 4 Cyverse monster of each from your hand and graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster on the field. Its attack becomes half until the end of this turn. Then, of course, you've got your math winners, triple Multiplication and triple Nabla. Obviously, Nabla is your tuner, along with Sigma as well. So Nabla tributes off any Cyverse monster, special summons out one from your deck, and then it allows you to, pretty much you bring out Multiplication. Multiplication can make a Cyverse monster level 8, and then that gives you an instant synchro into the Yugioh Mathmech. Straightforward and simple. Because we are a Go second deck, we've got the one Pranktops just for those safe measures. You do not have to play Pranktops if you do not want to. There's some space in this deck that I'll show you as we go through. The idea is you want to go second, you want a quick, swift kill your opponent on that one. Then you want to be able to stun your opponent with the Trish play, and then if you are able to get into the Artifact Sanctum play, that will then stun them as well. And then you go in for the OTK kill the next turn, maintaining as many resources as you can. Because we play a heck ton of 3-ofs, triple Pot of Desires. It only sucks if you banish all 3 of your copies, which is why we play everything at 3. Then the best Go second card to date is Mystic Mind. Now, to OTK your opponent, you only ever need to have 2 monsters on the board at the same time. So if your opponent has 3 monsters, you've got game. They cannot ash you, they cannot even sleeper you if you've baited that out correctly. They can't do nothing. So you can play under Mystic Mind, and all you need to do is get into your Yugioh Mathmech's Final Sigma, and that is game for you. BEA, beautiful. which is why you play it at 3. You can take these out. If you think your opponent's going to say, right, I'm going to make you go first, you take these out. Easy as that. Obviously, the one terraform and search it because we want it to be in our hand as consistently as possible. And if you don't have the pieces in hand, you can stun your opponent under Mystic Mine until you get into the ability to finish them off. Triple Silent Mining, search out any of your cards. Nabla should you need it for the OTK, or Balance the Lord should you need it for your go first play. It is a great Ash bait out as well. So if you're worried that you've got no protection for your Nabla, but you've got the combo in hand, I always advise use Silent Mining because it's a -2 on your behalf, but you only need 2 cards to win the game. So you activate it, your opponent is gonna Ash it. And that's where Nabla can be really good because then they've already wasted their Ash on this, they can't Ash your Nabla from deck. 2 Mathmech Billion Blade Nayuta. You don't have to play this card, I just kind of like it. So should you need it, you basically allow your monster to become, in a way, indestructible. So you equip it to a Cyberse monster. If the equipped monster battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, you send 1 Mathmech monster from your deck to the graveyard. So if you remember about multiplication, you send multiplication, it doubles your attack. You send division, it halves your opponent's attack during damage calculation. So that is going to give them a heck of a lot of issues to deal with and can actually win you the game because if they don't read it properly and don't take this into account, that will lose them the game. Even better than that, if this card is sent from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, you type 1 Mathmech card in your graveyard, accept itself and add it to your hand. So it gives you a nice recycle capabilities. We've then got 2 Call by the Graves. Now this is literally, if you do not get mine, if you do not get a way to bait out any of the ashes, you can play Call by the Grave. I am considering, because this build is purely for going second, taking these out for 2 Kaijus, because you can't really neg from a Kaiju. You need your normal summon. Should your opponent have a Winder, for example, this is the one big thing. You can either put in Mind Controls, anything to out the Winder or the Imperms, whatever you feel you're going to be facing that is the biggest issue for you. That is what you want to kind of counter towards. If you feel that your locals is going to be a lot of Shadows, then I advise taking these out for Imperms, I advise taking these out for Mind Controls, I advise taking these out for Kaijus. If you feel that your locals is loads of Rogue and they're going to have loads of Ash Blossoms, then you need to keep these in. So it really depends on what you're going to be facing, how you're going to be playing it, and you want to adapt accordingly to that. Then for the final ones, we've got the 1 Monster Reborn and the 1 Archetype specific Monster Reborn, Mathmech Equation. You type 1 Mathmech monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and if you do, it gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. So again, it's more used to the Monster Reborn effect than the plus 1,000, but sometimes that plus 1,000 can be invaluable. And then finally, we play 2 Mathmech Super Fractional. This card's awesome. You target up to 3 Mathmech monsters in your graveyard with different names, then activate one of these effects. Special summon them, but their effects are negated. Then immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro Summon or XYZ Summon 1 Mathmech monster from your extra deck. So, should you need to use this in late game and you set this and you don't want to Trish them, but you do want a Yugioh Mathmech Final Sigma, you can do. The idea is you're going to use it as your stun card to Trish your opponent during their turn, but should the need arise, you can just go straight into a Yugioh Mathmech and kill them. So, that's always going to be good as well. Don't forget, we do also get the brand new card as well, and we don't get that, for us in the TCG, we don't get it for a while. It's not till the set after Eternity Code, so we're looking at like, Eternity Code is middle of April, I believe, so you've got May, June, July, I think we're looking at around July for that. Now onto the extra deck, I'll show you all the Mathmechs first, that kind of makes a bit of sense. I am quite annoyed because I can't find my second Yugioh Mathmech Final Sigma. You would play 2. You would play 2, okay? I can't find it. This is currently a 14 card extra deck, so 100% you play 2 Yugioh Mathmech at least. We do play 2 Yugioh Mathmech Magma. You don't have to play 2. He can be a good one that people don't expect because when this card destroys a monster by battle, you can target up to 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. If this card is destroyed by battle or by opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Mathmech spell trap from your deck to your hand. So the idea is, should your opponent have a lot of back row, or should your opponent have a lot of monsters you can't actually game because they're all in defense, I would much rather, or I would personally much rather go into this than this, because when you go into this, you attack, you take 2 of them out. Now, if you made this with Nabla and multiplication, it's 5k and it gets to attack twice. So the pop effect is beautiful. So you can only use each effect once per turn, but you literally just go 5k, effect, pop 2 back row, 5k. Or more monsters, whatever you've taken out. So you can technically, with this card, take out 4 cards, which is nice. So it depends if you're trying to clear the board or if you're trying to win the game. If you have the ability to win the game, that of course is. We then play 2 Lancian. This is just because you can actually get the Trish effect off more than once in a grind game, and it gives you the ability to do so. 2 Prime Math Albertarian. I actually had to play this with one of these guys, so it's not the end of the world. It just gives you a bit more consistency. Because it is a generic rank 4 and it is a Cyverse, you just make this, detach, search out any of your Mathmech spells and traps, and that kind of gets your game going. Then onto the Link monsters. We'll start with the Link 1 monsters. Now, 4 of these are just to go first, which is a bit of a shame, but you kind of need that. And that is your Link Disciple, as you saw in the combo, your Link Devotee, your Link Garibo, and your Cyverse Wicked. These are all just to get your first turn combos going. It just guarantees you a Nabbler in hand, and then guarantees you the Trish play with an IP Masquerena as well. And then the 1 card, or the 2 cards we play off of IP is Tobologic Zeroboros and Nightmare Unicorn. Nightmare Unicorn, we all know why. It's probably the most effective card that you can drop on your opponent. And then, of course, Zeroboros, should you want to, because it is better. The issue with this is Avramax is a little bit harder to make. So you saw in the end of the combo, we're making this plus an XYZ. So if we don't then have an additional monster that's been special from the extra deck, we can't make Avramax. But if we have any other effect monster, we can make Zeroboros. And Zeroboros, in my opinion, is just as effective in dealing with your opponent's issues. Especially when you're playing Desires, you can actually make him a very, very beastie Zeroboros as well. Anyway, that is it for the profile. I love Mathmech, they're incredibly fun. The second they came out, I was like, oh, these are awesome. Very, very cool, very, very consistent OTK capabilities. Cyverse deck as well, and all about maths. So if you want to feel that little bit extra nerdy, you can always go with your math plays as well. But yeah, I hope you like this. I hope this gave you a couple of ideas. I hope the combo really, really helped you. Whether you watched this for the combo or whether you watched it for the profile, or both, please smash that like button. It helps out the channel massively. And yeah, I can't wait till we get the brand new card for this deck as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And as always, guys, happy dueling.